Women's final, the last match of HSBC Sevens Vancouver underway. It is New Zealand and Fiji. Fiji awakened after 18 months in the doldrums. A team that have never beaten New Zealand on the series, but have got the threats to do it. They've conceded a penalty though, the relentless New Zealand defence. Straight into the action, and oh no, there's going to be a yellow card straight away against Elisapeke Dalawau. Seen as a delaying tactic as the ball was kicked away.
A little nudge from the Fiji player. Sees her off for 2 minutes, and this is danger for Fiji, and it is Rewatch who opens this one up and gets the first try of the final here in Vancouver.
So dangerous. Rewatch, her form has been exceptional all season, and she is laser focused as one of the leaders in this team. New Zealand making Fiji pay straight away.
Huge moment, and the former captain, Rewatch, finds her way to the try zone.
Fans all around the world. Rewatch, 52nd try now, 5 points to 0. Stacey Walker plucks this one from the sky, just as she did in that Olympic extra time back in Tokyo to help New Zealand on their way in the semi-final. Felix Hotham of Pody Lane again, looking to release Michaela Brake. Fiji do a really good job on her though. That's Milania, one of the newcomers in the Fiji side. Lots of 15s experience. And it showed there on defence, but there's a big hole. It's always going to be there. Fiji playing with 6, can't defend New Zealand, and Nuku goes in.
Manaya Nuku adds her name to the score sheet, but this game is hard enough to play with 7 on the pitch, and Fijiana with just 6. And New Zealand make quick work of that second try as well. Stacey Walker, what a clean snag from the air. And then Hirini always in the mix, but Nuku with that inside line that she sees the gap. The Fijian defenders, they're not filling.
Fast start by New Zealand. That one's not going to go 10 metres. Fiji opt to play at it though, and that'll mean, oh, I was going to say more possession, but it has come off a New Zealand hand, so that will just relieve some of that pressure for a little while and get them back to the full complement. Look at Dalawau charging out to the scrum, ready to go.
Sprinting out, looking to repent her sin, and then attacking opportunity. Really the first time we'll see
onto the hooker, please.
Fiji. You hear the referee speaking constantly, but the entire Fijian back line spread out across the width. I'd love to see them work them edge to edge.
Navina Thavuru leading this team really well this weekend. Chance to try and work some magic in the middle with that woman, Riapia Lunisau, her first tournament back this season. What a difference she's made already. New Zealand swarming in defence. Dalawau comes back out to the open. Good offloading game, or Lunisau, there's the danger. New Zealand very alert to it, and then they just muscle her off the ball. It's picked up by Miller. Tackle was a bit high. She's got advantage, and New Zealand's got another try. They've got it moving early here. Stacey Walker goes in the final.
Georgia Miller snipes that one from Fiji through the hands with Rewatch, but the physicality, Nuku and Hirini. You see Lunisau just try to tip it back. Georgia Miller attacks the line, pins the defender, and it is a simple 2v1. Rewatch pins the last defender, dishes it out to Waka for an easy run in.
Stacey Walker, 9 tries for the weekend. She had to watch as Michaela Brake scored 5 in the first half of the first match. Walker has really been in the thick of it in these knockout games though. Fiji needing to settle, just wanting to get something, haven't been out of their own half. This might help, a nice little surge from Miriele Turotsi, and there's Milania again.
No hands, Black.
Miller, like an animal again, trying to get hands on it. Donu does well. And now a broken line and a missed tackle will get Fiji away. Brake trying to track her down and doing just that. Michaela Brake riding Whaviru into the turf, but still there for Fiji as Donu spins away out of one. It's a Lunisau rather. And now Hirini's intercepted and it breaks down for Fijiana. New Zealand recover and scramble well, and now Pody Lane again, and she'll get that acceleration. Dalawal's going to come up on the blind side, but Hirini in support. Hirini and Pody Lane have been joined at the hip this weekend, but Hirini spills it clear. Lots of loose ball, bobbling ball.
That's one, knock on.
An exchanging of possessions there, but great chase back from Fiji. That's something we haven't seen from them earlier this season, but that work ethic, and that has come to fruition there with a turnover.
Yeah, I think they've looked fitter and more focused and everything that we've just seen in the last few tournaments.
Always multiple white jerseys chasing back, and that teamwork, that's really put them into this final.
17-0.
Stay in.
Into the final minute of the first half. Fiji looking to strike again. That's bounced off the hand though for Whaviru, and it'll be New Zealand who instead will try to turn the screws here.
Looking a little frantic. We're used to that offload style from them, but instead this game, they're really coming at that first receiver. They need to work the New Zealand defense side to side. They will not break them on first face.
The 17-game winning streak at BC Place for Corey Sweeney's team. 6 titles in Canada they've won. They've been in 9 out of 9 finals here and in Langford, of course, before we move to BC Place. Better from Fiji this time. New Zealand didn't protect the ball, and Fiji were alert to it to steal it away. And they've got overlap wide here. Good opportunity for Fiji right on the half, and Lunisau trying to turn Brake inside out. Brake still tracking her, and Lunisau with all her tricks finds the big runner up the middle. That's Nakathea. Up towards the 22. Fiji looking for points before the half-time. There's some more space for Donu, but Pody Lane drags her down.
No.
Miller has to get out of there, and Milania will clear. Lunisau, Brake shot up. And now Nakathea again. She's so powerful, but she's dumped to the turf by Michaela Brake, and New Zealand win a penalty.
Put the ball down, 7. Put the ball down, please. Here.
New Zealand with the penalty off a massive hit from Brake.
Oh, and here goes Miller. She wanted to get on with things. That loping stride, and then the way she drops the hips and gets the fend away makes it look so simple, and it is oh so effective. Georgia Miller.
A hug from her captain, a wave to the crowd and her teammates.
Okay. Oh,
But look at the shot, Michaela Brake. Always the talk of this team, scoring tries, but getting it done defensively. Georgia Miller dummies the kick, accelerates, fends off the defense, and just coasts in. We always speak to that running style. It really is quite elusive.
Can't convert her own try, but New Zealand, as the poi will fly, for a 22 points to nil lead at halftime. New Zealand are in command in the Women's Cup final, 22 points to nil. They lead Fiji. All the chasing ahead for the team in white, who'll get us underway to start the second half. They'll start it with a mistake, though. Kick's not going to go 10 metres, so New Zealand will move to halfway and plan their next move.
Another error from Fijiana, not going to help them, not going to help close this gap. 4 tries to New Zealand in that first half, and they'll look to kick it off right where they finished.
Coach is watching on. Corey Sweeney for New Zealand, Josepha Dalafolo, the long-time assistant coach, who is still the interim head coach for Fijiana, but doing great work with them, barking orders from the side. And he'll be, well, I was about to say happy with that, but he's not, because they'll concede a penalty.
Let's tap it here properly, ladies. Yeah.
Not the tap that the referee wanted to see, so New Zealand will take a second to reset, work a training pitch move with Waka leading the charge.
Pody Lane tries a little change of tactic. It's deflected off hands, bodies, legs, and a knock-on for New Zealand allows Milania to come away with it. She bumps off Felix Hotham, sits her down, and then pumps the legs over halfway. Fiji, oh, she stayed down though too in backplate. Fiji simply have to be the first to score in the second half, but Miller rips it away. Fiji have only got 6 in their defensive line, and there is a wall of black jerseys, a wave of black jerseys bearing down on them, and the fastest of them all in and away, and off she goes again. Michaela Brake continues her try-scoring magnificence.
Brake is in and breaking into the double digits for the weekend with tries scored. I'm pretty sure Jasmine Felix Hotham could have had that gap herself, but she said, why bother when I'm Michaela Brake outside, willing to dart down the sideline, get another.
Just make sure of it. New Zealand declined the kick, 27-0 now. Just updating the numbers. The side, the Lorax. Yeah, good timing. Well done, 264. Love that. Oh, Faliafunga flew at it. Sponges up the nose in disappointment.
She was in the perfect position, just a little miscue. Ball comes forward, so back in Fiji's hand, but oh, just through the breadbasket there. And then Fijiana with an opportunity.
Set.
New Zealand have been pretty relentless, ruthless this weekend. Fiji feeling the full force, but here's a little dart from Thavuru. Tracked down, good support from Deleawau and Donu. Fiji, even though they're chasing this game and struggling to break the New Zealand defence, everything just looks better than when we saw them at the start of the season and what we saw last year. And this woman makes a big difference to it. Elunisau clears away from the base of that rack, and Thavuru wants to press her way through the New Zealand defence. Miller again. Elunisau holds up the offload, and this time they're able to get away. Now there's a bit of a chase on the edge. Paul and Nuku come across to track down Deleawau. It's Hirini in the end who does it now. Nukathea with her strength. It's been a strong performer in her debut season. Nukathea. Donu back from long-term injury. Thavuru trying on the wrap around. The bounce is good for Sesaniele. Donu, and she's got open territory in front of her. Miller chasing. Miller can't hang on, and Fiji do get one. A well-deserved try for Sesaniele Donu.
This is better from Fijiana. Donu with the try, but they finally work it edge to edge. They were patient with ball in hand. They still have their offload style, which they can keep in play, but then not trying to break this New Zealand defense on first phase. And Donu, she has the power, she has the stride, and she is on the board as well as Fiji.
Been out of the game for the best part of 2 years, with 2 seasons with a serious knee injury. Her try is converted as well. Big intake of breath, 27 points to 7.
Come on. Finish up on.
Again, it's New Zealand who come away with it. Knock on off the restart for Fiji.
And then New Zealand back with ball in hand as that clock is just ticking away.
Stand first. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Time off, subs. Number 1.
Fiji, though, still ranked 11th coming into this. They're finished second at worst, unless some sort of miracle happens in the next 2 minutes and 7 seconds. But it's really been incredible to watch them this weekend.
Massive for them in terms of overall competition points to try and get out of that playoff zone into the top 8, trying to save your spot, guarantee your place on the series. And this is huge for them, confidence-wise too. It'll put pressure on other teams. It'll take Fijiana's back, regardless of how this finishes up. And speaking of back, well, here's a new face. Maya Davis, 18 years old, a professional athlete for 4 weeks, and is now going to score a brilliant solo try in the final. And look at the team round upon the teenager. Corey Sweeney said, watch out world, Maya Davis is coming, and she's just showed it.
Maya Davis, we saw the emotion during the anthem, hearing it for the first time, playing in a final for the first time, and she just backs herself. That confidence, we saw it in the likes of Georgia Miller when she burst onto the scene, and they just keep breeding them young.
Her mum and dad, Moana and Pete, are here. They were both very, very handy rugby players themselves. They might have bred a real beauty here. Maya Davis, congratulations. She'll convert her own try as well.
Okay, 37.
And why not
37.
Maya Davis? Her teammates celebrating on the field and off the field. What a special moment for her.
Salika Gallo onto the field for Fijiana. It brings that one down into the final minute of this final now. And it's been New Zealand. Their dominance in Canada is going to continue. A 7th title on Canadian soil. 18 straight games at this venue, much like Argentina's men. The Kiwi women absolutely love their time in Van City. And Luni Sau had to hang on. Did say Elliott was for New Zealand.
Tackle release, native ground.
New Zealand will just keep applying that rugged, heavy pressure, and they'll get one more. The defensive work of Hirini and the try for Mahina Paul to put a bow on an emphatic win.
What a statement from the Black Ferns. Hirini, the captain, doing the hard yards as always. And then flies up, great timing. And then Mahina Paul with the scoop, with the try, seals this one for New Zealand.
A triple treat for the Black Ferns Sevens in Vancouver, a 3rd straight title. An emphatic win from a team who barely put a foot wrong this season, bouncing back after the disappointment of the final in Perth to run out 41-7 winners over a gallant Fiji, a Fiji team that is on its way back.
Fiji are definitely climbing. They'll be threatening in Hong Kong, but New Zealand, they were on form all weekend, as they often are, and now will separate themselves from Australia in the overall standings, which is really key for them as they look to close out this series with the overall win.
Well, from one woman who scored 264 tries to one who scored her first.